Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, well, as you can see, I'm just chilling in the brand new garage for World of Tanks Blitz. I absolutely love the way it looks with all the Christmas lights. Good job to Wargaming making a really festive and nice looking atmosphere for this Christmas. And of course, this is not what the final garage is going to look like, because as well, when the Blitz Fair comes out, they're going to have the cool Icelandic area. So I'm really excited for that as well, as they update it every single year. But kudos to Wargaming for making such a nice looking garage while we do have the battle pass in play. And as well, you can see some nice camos, as I'm currently running one of the camouflages on my Progetto 65, which brings us to what today's video is going to be on. We're going to be talking about why damage per minute isn't always the necessarily best thing to have in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, of course, having DPM is important. If you don't have damage per minute, you're going to struggle in certain scenarios. But I don't always think that damage per minute is the best thing and the way to win in World of Tanks Blitz. If you'll notice, the top performing vehicles in the game aren't necessarily the ones with the highest damage per minute. Vehicles like the IS-4, you've got the E100, those are some of the top performing heavies. In fact, if you don't know it, but the Kranwagen is the #1 performing heavy tank currently in World of Tanks Blitz, not only for me, but as well on average for statistical #1 win rate and as well average damage, which is very, very impressive. That means that, yeah, damage per minute is not always necessarily key to doing well in World of Tanks Blitz. And the reason for that being is because, yes, while DPM can help you, a vehicle like the WZ-113, it's got DPM, and it's able to, get itself out of really, really heavy situations. If you were to pull out on an E100 and you tracked it correctly, you could easily get 2 to even 3 shells into that E100, taking off 1,200, 1,300 hit points off that E100 while he's only tapping you for 640. But the other scenario is where if I'm running an E100, and if you play it smart, you'll tap the WZ-113 once, he'll tap you back with a premium, so you'll take 640 off him, he'll take 370 off you, and you'll just back in the cover, and that's it. And then you've won the trade. And that's where DPM falls short, is trading with enemy opponents. The 62A may have damage per minute, but a vehicle like the AMX 30B can out-trade it, of course, on Alpha. So you tap it, and you back in the cover, and you wait for your reload. And that's, of course, what you do in a vehicle like the Progetto 65. Or do you? Because this vehicle actually has the highest effective damage per minute for any tier 10 medium in the game. And that's because of the clip or the magazine, whatever you want to call it, it has on the vehicle. Now, what that means I'm able to do, now, of course, there I did just lose the shell, but you can see I'm reloading like a normal medium. And it is quite a long reload if you were to use it as a single-shot vehicle. About an 8-second reload or something like that, definitely not the quickest. However, to counter that long reload, you have the ability to load in 3 shells at a time. And those 3 shells deal a mighty big amount of damage. So there's 1 shell into the WZ-120. Here, oh, I was going to say here comes the second, but doesn't look like we're getting that one in anytime soon, because he did manage to back up quick enough. We got the, or not the Progetto, I was about to say the Progetto, but that's a Cent 7-1. But you can see, because I used my clip effectively, we were just able to get out 1,050 damage. That Vickers Light thought we had no shells in our gun, but we played it correctly, and we actually had 3 shells loaded. So because of that, we were able to pull out, play the tank correctly, and do a very nice job. So in theory, this tank only has 2,500 damage per minute as it's written on stone. However, it's not actually 2,500 because it's 1,050 plus. And by the way, this mouse being a very aggressive boy here. Let's see if we can get some more shells into him. Keep that fire burning. Oh, he's not shooting at me yet. Come on, get one more in. There you go. 1,415 damage taken out. You couldn't have done that in any other tier 10 medium. But as I was saying, you have a crazy amount of DPM if you played effectively, because of course you have a clip which does 1,050, and then you add on 2,500 DPM. So effectively, you are dealing a crazy amount of damage per clip, because of course you're dealing that 1,050 plus 2,500, so you're actually dealing 3,550 damage per minute. That is crazy how effective this tank is. So of course, if I was in a normal medium, I'd have to peek that. But because I'm running this tank, I can reload in 2 shells here, and then we can peek this T30, get 1 shell into him, even if he taps me, get a second shell in, and light him on fire again, and looks like we got really lucky finishing him off, where again, you couldn't have done that in any other medium. You would have had to peek both of those shells, and oh boy, did that grill just get demolished. So this first game really showed that, yeah, this tank doesn't have damage per minute. but it does if you play correctly. In fact, we were able to do 4,777 damage in our first battle there, almost a ace as well, first class. So really, you can see that the Progetto is a super strong vehicle, and that's why it is one of my favorite tier 10 mediums in the game. This is a vehicle that I urge a lot of people to always grind for. They say, what tank should I grind next in World of Tanks Blitz? And I'm like, you know what? Go for the Progetto if you don't have it. It's such a fun vehicle. You can see that you're always engaged in the game. And if you get pushed on, unlike your normal autoloader, where, let's say like a Bat Chat, I've shot my clip off, well, now people can rush me. Same for an AMX-50B, a Kronwagen. It's a little similar because, of course, you got that long reload, but this tank has got just a quick enough reload, in my opinion, to where it's not really detrimental. It's a 7.7 second reload for your first shell, so it's not terrible. You've got enough damage per minute to fight off enemy opponents if they do rush on you. So let's, of course, get into one more battle here. Keep it on our holly jolly camouflage that I absolutely love for our good luck charms. So I gotta be careful on a map like Himmelsdorf we have loaded on here, because of course we have nice DPM, but they've got a bunch of heavy tanks, E100, Maus, Kronwagen. A nice thing, though, as we do know, is that I deal 1,050 damage in a clip. Even if I only get 2 shells out, that's still 700 damage, meaning I'm out trading every vehicle apart from the Clippers and the auto-reloader, like the Kronwagen on the enemy team. And, of course, I out-reload the Kronwagen on my standard shells, so it's not terrible for me, but we gotta see how we can do. So we got a couple heavies as well on our side, which is good. That means if we got heavies and they got heavies, hopefully they will be preoccupied with each other over on the heavy side. I'm gonna hold here, see if I can do the best job trying to spot the enemy team when they're crossing. We got the Bat Chat as well. There's quite a bit of enemy opponents, and oh, you do not know how much I wanted that shell to hit, and oh boy, did it ever hit. That was a really nice snap through the train rails. Don't get those out a lot, do you? But come on, we got the 55A pulling out to the side. There's one shot into him as well. Let's see, maybe we can get another out. I don't think so, to be fair. We got the Bat Chat as well. There's a nice shot into him for 462. And this, of course, is where my clip once again is working out great for my tank in the long run. I'm playing it correctly, I'm using it to the most effective DPM that I can, and that's where this tank is super, super strong. So we got the Maus off to the side here, who, well, yeah, out in the open, that's one shell into the side of the Maus. Here comes the second, and if we back up just quick enough, maybe we will be able to chug a third shell as well into the Maus, although I'll wait, of course, for that second shell to pop in before we fire. So there we go. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe I guess we're just going to, we're going to let that happen. But with the 62A dead on my team, and yeah, there's not much I can really do about that. We're going to try and get out of here and just, get away. There's not much I can do anymore. So just get out as quickly as possible, and there you go. That looks pretty dang solid for us. So that Maus still pushing quite aggressive. And, of course, I don't really want to be in the crosshair of a Maus. It's a very deadly tier 10 heavy tank that can't really do much against. So let's see if we can deal with maybe like the Bat Chat off to the side, or I'm not sure what the other tank was. It was actually a 55A. We actually got the side of the Maus once again over here, aiming in. Oh, not able to get that second shell out, but with that Bat Chat over here, we might be able to steal. Ooh, there you go. Nice snap into the side of the Bat Chat. And again, we've already done 2,700 damage. We've used our clip effectively, and while we're not fighting the enemy team, while we're trying to rush this Bat Chat, we are gaining damage per minute, which I love about this tank. It makes it so much more deadly compared to your average tier 10. So we got the Bat Chat all the way in the back here. Let's aim in on one here, and let's aim in one more, finish him off, perfect. And now all we got to do is deal with this T55A. And while he does have more damage per minute than us, we can at least try and play the tank as effectively as we can, although we did just ricochet him. Not necessarily exactly what I want here, but well, let's try and do our best job and pen him this time. There you go, nice pen. And one more shell, and he should be taken out. Oof, that was a weird pen from him now, wasn't it? Okay. So let's just get to the side of him, and kaboom! Oh, he had a quicker reload than I expected, to be fair. I did not realize the 55A's reload was that fast, but we were still able to finish him off, and wow, you can see another 4,000 damage gain pulled out by the Progetto, and it's a fantastic tank because you can do things like that. You can deal with a big array of enemy tanks, even low-rolling that Bat Chat. Because I waited for my clip to reload, we were able to shoot him, we were able to finish him off, and not only finish him off, but then start dealing with a vehicle like the 55A and just have enough DPM and enough hit points to take him out as well. We were able to take a massive chunk off of the Maus because, of course, that clip 1,357. So, yeah, the Progetto, in my opinion, is one of the best tier 10s in Blitz. And if you play it correctly, it can be extremely strong. Even some of the games today I didn't necessarily do the best in, I still had some very solid damage numbers coming out. So I love this tank, and I would definitely suggest to go ahead and grind it. But, of course, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, as it helps out the channel a crazy, crazy amount. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and to be seeing you in the next one.